I'm Will Vincent, and I'm an alto saxophone owner and occasional player.
I'm Kevin Guerin, also a saxophone player. I'm D'Addario Woodwinds' project specialist, working in the research and development department back at the factory. The inspiration for this mouthpiece was a great vintage New York Meyer mouthpiece. Every alto player goes through a phase where they're looking for one of these great old mouthpieces, and the cost has become so prohibitive to actually try to find one, number one, that's in good shape, but that you can afford. I mean, we're talking $1,500 to up to $2,500 for a good example mouthpiece. That model really became a starting point for us with this mouthpiece. We wanted to find really great examples of the original vintage mouthpieces and use that as a baseline for a more contemporary version of the product. I think the most important thing about those vintage mouthpieces was the sound. And the very first thing that we did in development was try to recapture that tone quality and then put a facing and a baffle combination that would suit the needs of modern players. Well, that's one of the goals that we set out, is to find a mouthpiece that had common ground with a large group of players.
Our sound comes from our ears. What a mouthpiece does is facilitate your ability to get the sound that you have in your ears. What makes a great mouthpiece is just one that allows you to reach that sound, and maybe also to massage it around the edges and to change various details of it deliberately and quickly, and to get what it is that you're looking for sonically. I put on this mouthpiece for the first time today. I haven't played this one before, and with the right reed I was immediately able to just reach inside my ears for whatever sound it was I wanted and have it come out of my horn. I
think most of the modern mass-produced mouthpieces miss a certain level of playability because they don't have that attention to detail. And what we did in this process is look at the attention to detail that those fine craftspeople were really focused in on, and figure out a way to produce that without adding that hand finishing element to it, without adding that variation. As an educator, I personally, up until now, had struggled to find mouthpieces for my students that I didn't need to take to somebody to have them refaced or have them worked on, and that's a big element.
Really, the mouthpiece for me is something that you don't want to have to think about. But usually when I'm aware of a mouthpiece, it's a bad thing, because I'm aware of it because of an obstacle that it's putting in my way. With this one, there aren't really any obstacles.